Okay friends, so we were going to cover trains. In examination, questions on trains come regarding how much time a train takes to pass a certain object. So one of the varieties of question like that is, suppose this is a train, okay, and there is a pole over here, or there is a person which is standing. Question will be that this train is moving at, say, speed of train is moving at 160 kilometer per hour. In how much time will this train cross this particular pole? This will be a very easy thing. Whenever you are given a object which does not have that much of length, so basically a pole is merely a point. When you are considering something like a train जो इतनी स्पीड पर चल रही है, उसके लिए एक पर्सन या एक पोल का खड़ा होना ऑलमोस्ट इट इज लाइक अ पॉइंट दैट द ट्रेन इज क्रॉसिंग. लेकिन अगर इन केस दिस इज नॉट अ पर्सन बट दिस इज अ प्लेटफॉर्म, सो दिस इज अ प्लेटफॉर्म. In this case, the same train which is coming, once it approaches here, it will have to cross the entire length of the platform. Then only we can say that the train has crossed the platform. Are you understanding? इस केस में प्लेटफॉर्म की लेंथ मान लो 100 मीटर है और ट्रेन की लेंथ सपोज 50 मीटर है. सो हम ट्रेन को कब बोलेंगे कि उसने किसी पॉइंट को क्रॉस कर लिया? जब उसका लास्ट वाला पॉइंट एंड ऑफ द ट्रेन क्रॉसेस दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग. ओके, सो इस केस में अगर इसकी लेंथ 50 मीटर्स है, ट्रेन यहाँ अप्रोच करेगी, उसके बाद क्रॉस करने पर सो ये ट्रेन का हेड है और ये ट्रेन की टेल है. पर्सन को क्रॉस करने के लिए हमें ट्रेन की लेंथ को यहाँ से यहाँ तक ले जाना है. So train का head will move how much? 50 meters. So distance required to be travelled by the train to cross a small stationary object will be the same as the length of the train. लेकिन इस केस में length of the train is 50 meters, platform is 100 meters. So जब ट्रेन इसको क्रॉस करेगी, this is the end of the train and यहाँ पे ट्रेन का फ्रंट है. This front or the length of the train will also be counted. तो ट्रेन के हेड ने एक्चुअली कितना डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल करा? ये 100 मीटर और ये 50 मीटर भी. सो टोटल डिस्टेंस टू बी क्रॉस्ड बाय द ट्रेन इन दिस केस विल बी लेंथ ऑफ द ट्रेन प्लस लेंथ ऑफ द, से दिस इज अ लॉन्गर ऑब्जेक्ट, सो लेंथ ऑफ द प्लेटफॉर्म. Understand this concept and be very clear about what we are talking here. Okay, so this is what we have mentioned, length of the train plus length of the object. And we know that speed is equal to distance travelled upon time. Here also speed is equal to distance travelled upon time. So speed of the train in this case has to be the length of the train plus length of the platform divided by the time that it takes. In this case it is only the length of the train divided by the time that it takes. Okay, and in both the cases the assumption is that the platform and the person they are stationary. सो इस केस में मूवमेंट सिर्फ ट्रेन की हो रही है, किसी और ऑब्जेक्ट की नहीं हो रही. लेकिन अगर सपोज दूसरा ऑब्जेक्ट भी मूव करने लगे, व्हाट इफ द अदर ऑब्जेक्ट्स आल्सो स्टार्ट मूविंग? सो दिस इज अ ट्रेन, इट इज मूविंग ओवर हियर एंड दिस पर्सन he starts moving towards the train. In this case the speed of the train is given by sp and speed of the person is given by say sp. The distance whatever is there between both of them ये डिस्टेंस स्पीड ऑफ ट्रेन से भी कम हो रहा है और ये डिस्टेंस स्पीड ऑफ पर्सन से भी कम हो रहा है, बिकॉज बोथ द थिंग्स आर मूविंग टुवर्ड्स ईच अदर, they are moving towards each other, therefore the distance traveled by both of them together is being covered by the speed of train plus speed of the person. So total speed of both the objects is something that we will consider, and this is called as the relative speed. So relative speed when both of them are moving is the sum in case the person was running away. So then this distance actually becomes more, because person is moving from here to over that direction. So train will have to cover this distance plus whatever further distance the person will be able to run. So in that case the relative speed becomes speed of train minus the speed of the person. Pay attention to this again. And the formula will remain the same here also. Whatever length or the distance is travelled divided by the time, here also whatever length of the train plus length of the moving object, let us say ln upon the time. How will we consider a moving object here? Suppose there is one train which moves in this direction, there is another train which moves further away from there, both of them are on the separate tracks. So time taken by this train to catch up with this train, it will be given as, when we take the distance travelled by this train plus the distance or the length of travel by this further train. Remember them, memorize the formulae and understand the concept. You should be very clear in the exam as to what we mean when we say something has crossed the other object. So to have this train cross this train, you will have to cover the total distance which is already there between them. Suppose this is 100 meters. You will have to cover the distance which is travelled by this train further from this 100 meters also, and apart from that you will have to cover the length of the train also. So to say that train A is crossing train B or is able to get ahead of the train B, this train will have to consider, here it is the length of the train B also, and there will be length of train A also, because then only it will cover. Train A's end should be ahead or to be meeting the immediate or the furthermost front of the train B to enable us to say that train A has overtaken train B or train A has gone ahead of the train B. Just understand it logically and it will be very clear to all of you. But remember the formula for the relative speed. In case of a constant or a fixed object, in case of a fixed object with a considerable length, in case of a moving object, you will need to consider the speeds as the relative speeds, and the other formula remains the same. So do some questions on trains, and in our next topic we will cover boats and streets also. Thank you.